The Frangie Show starts now on Tintin XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, thanks for coming along for the ride on what's been a very busy Tuesday here on the program. Our Tuesdays are always brought to you by our friends at the Nimnicht family of dealerships. Thank you very much for the Nimnicht joining us on a Nimnicht Tuesday. A lot to talk about on the program today. Hayes Carline is along with Lauren Brooks, Andrew Gibson. I'm Frank Frangie. Obviously, today the conversation is all about the press conference. I could set it up with this and that and that and this. What I will tell you is at 5:30, we're going to talk college football. The State Farm College Report guys will be here to talk Gators, Knowles, and Canes. Other than that, it'll be mostly Jalen and the Jags today. As you can imagine, a few other things here and there. We might even open up the phone lines. We don't do that very often in this show. It's got to be a special occasion, but there's so much to kind of unwrap on what happened today that we might do that. But the reporting has been great. I thought all day long the drill. I thought Mike had Jeff Logman in. I thought Mike and Jeff and Tony did a terrific job. The boys from Primetime were all over it, including Hayes calling in right after the press conference. So I appreciate everybody here on our radio station covering a major story, one of the most popular or most well-known athletes in Jacksonville professional sports history. Says he wants out of town. He held a press conference today. By now you know that. So I think our guys did a terrific job, and we'll certainly talk about it today on the program as well. There were 24 members of the media to hear that press conference. I counted them. That's a lot. That's a lot in Jacksonville. That's a lot for one guy in Jacksonville to be at a presser. Plenty of guys from the Times Union, plenty from 1010, plenty from the TV stations, and a lot of the blogs and whatnot. So I got a lot of thoughts about it. You were fired up on your call into Primetime. I want you to go first. Hey, Lauren, I want you to weigh in as well. A lot to talk about today on the program, but it starts with Jalen Ramsey, his press conference today. Where the team goes, where they should go, what's the cause of all this? In my mind, I've got a pretty clear idea where all this is, and I gained clarity out of it. Maybe everybody else didn't, and I might not be right, but I gained, for me, some clarity. Hayes, you've got the floor.
Well, I thought it was a completely bizarre press conference. The fact that the Jaguars would even allow him to have the platform to really make a bunch of disillusioned statements about I want to talk to you guys because I don't want to be a distraction. I mean, this is Friday of game week. I mean, Monday was Thursday of game week. Titans play Thursday night. To drop this nuclear bomb on the franchise, it's the ultimate distraction. So none of his comments were really based in any sort of reality. Not once did he say he wants to be a Jaguar. Not once did he say he hopes he isn't traded. He wasn't even wearing Jaguars gear, which is customary for a press conference. It was completely bizarre, and then to take questions but not want to answer questions. It just made it clear to me, and I'm saddened to say this, that they have to trade him. He wants to be traded. He has an agenda to be traded, and I think unfortunately they have to acquiesce to that because as brilliant a player as he is, I just don't. He is basically leading a mutiny. His utter disdain for Marrone is evident, and whether you like Doug Marrone or don't like him as a coach, you can't have what's happening in the locker room. I'm stunned that he practiced after the press conference. I'm stunned that the plan is to play him Thursday. I would deactivate him, and I would trade him. And I was really hopeful they could work something out because I do think he's got 10 more brilliant years in this league. But after what I witnessed today, I think it cannot be salvaged, and I would trade Jalen Ramsey.
Hayes, you said when Jalen showed up in the Brinks truck that you thought it was disrespectful of the front office. And Frank and I both kind of laughed it off and said it's just Jalen being Jalen. I think you were 100% right. He was sending the message even back then that he did have his own agenda. And clearly today, he could not have been more disrespectful by his nonverbal language, by laughing when people would ask him serious questions. And the whole thing to me was an absolute waste of everyone's time, waste of PR's time, waste of Jalen's time, waste of the media's time, the fans' time. At no point, other than saying I have nothing negative to say, he said nothing that led anyone to believe or understand what's really going on. And I would ask him, do you not understand that actions speak far louder than words? Because just saying I don't have anything negative to say, but then I haven't spoken with my head coach, that indicates that you have a lot of negative things to say.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I disagree with both of you, but I agree with a lot of the points you made. I think the points right. He spoke volumes with his non-comments. I agree with that. I disagree with you how I would handle it. I think it could not be more clear. It could not be more clear. And here's what I think. Jalen Ramsey just doesn't want to play for the Jaguars. This isn't about man-to-man coverage. This isn't about thinking Doug Marrone is not liking Doug Marrone. This isn't about not liking the city. He wanted to make sure everybody knew he likes the city. He's been treated great here. He likes his teammates. It could not be more clear to me. This is a guy who plays for Vanderbilt and wants to get traded to Alabama. And that's it. That's it. He wants to play for a better team. The one thing he never quit saying today in those 16 minutes is, I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. How many times did he say that? Man, I just want to win, with F-bombs all around it. This is a guy, and by the way, I'm not backing him. I get rid of him. But the point is, this guy wants to go win, and he thinks he's probably too good for the Jags. He thinks I'm too good a player. He made it clear he thinks he's the best cornerback in the league. Somebody said, hey, you're arguably the best cornerback in the league. He goes, arguably. So he wanted to make sure he really believes that I guess it was Mark Long that asked that question. He wants to make sure everybody knows that he thinks he's the best cornerback in the league, and his talents are being wasted on a losing team. This is a Jalen Hurts, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, in his mind, that looked up and finds himself playing for Northwestern and thinks he ought to be at Ohio State. And that's what this is about. That's what it was about, the request for trade. Whether he thinks that because the coaching's bad, whether he thinks it because they haven't built enough good players around him, maybe he's mad at what the offense was last year. This is simply a guy who wants to leave. And this is and I think he went to his agent and said, I can't do this with these guys anymore. Now, he doesn't want anyone to think he's too good for him. That's why he says, I love my teammates and I love Jacksonville and I've been treated great. I think he means all that. But I think he feels like, I'm too good a player to play with these bums.
You can't love your teammates if you think you're better than them.
I'm just telling you, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I'm not exonerating him, Lauren.
Sure.
I'm not supporting that kind of thinking. A good teammate would never come off that way. Would never come off that way. But I'm telling you what, in his mind, he thinks I'm better than all this. I need to go play for the Chiefs or the Raiders. I need to go play for the Saints. I'm too good to be wasted here on this team that's 2-12 in its last 14 games. I'm stuck here in Loserville again. Quarterback's hurt. And I think that's what fueled his frustration. I think that's why he's upset. And I think that, and I'm totally convinced that's what this wasn't about man-to-man coverage. This wasn't about I'm mad at Doug Marrone and I shoved him or he shoved me or whatever. Now, he may think Marrone's the problem. That I don't know. To your point about no respect for Marrone, maybe he just doesn't think he's a very good coach. He doesn't get through to the guys. He just doesn't want to be in the team. I think we've overthought this. He doesn't want to be here. It could not have been more clear today. He had every chance, Hayes, to your point, to say, I don't want to be traded. It's clear he wants to be traded. He couldn't. I mean, it's clear, Lauren, what you say, the nonverbal communication. It's clear he wants to be traded. I mean, when someone asked him, what if they don't trade you? Did you see the look on his face?
Yep.
He's like, I never thought about that. I mean, he wants to be a good teammate. He wants to play. He wants to go. I love my boys. I want to take care of my guys. My dog's back there. I want to take care of them. I want to do all that. How many times did he say, as long as I'm a Jaguar, while I'm here? 20?
Oh, it was all in, like you mentioned in the handoff line.
Yeah.
It was all past tense
It was
when
all,
it comes to the
as long as
Jaguars.
I'm here. I want to do this as long as I'm here. It's clear he wants to. I'm telling you, this is a guy who thinks he thinks he's a mega talent who plays for Rice and would rather play for Texas. I'm telling you, he wants to go off the bad team and go to the good team.
But he's getting paid millions of dollars to play for the bad team.
So-
Unlike Rice and Texas, he would have chosen to go to Rice, not Texas.
But I'm just telling you where his head is. I'm not justifying it.
Sure.
You're trying to justify it. I'm not justifying it. I'm saying this is a guy that thinks he's the best player. He probably doesn't just think he's the best corner in the league. He probably thinks he's the best player in the league. Okay, if you really asked him,
the history of the league.
Yeah, and maybe the history of the league. So he just wants to get off this crummy team that's no good, and all it ever does is lose, and there's all this bad and all that bad, and these crummy little. I don't think it's personal. I don't think he hates the people of Jacksonville. I just want out. I think he called Mulligetta on Sunday night because apparently Mulligetta reached out to the Jags on Sunday. And so I think the request for a trade was Sunday, from what I've gathered. I think he called him. I saw him on his phone. I told you guys this when I went to the bus, and Jalen didn't do media. I saw him come out, and he was on his phone. He was on his phone, walking out of the stadium, past the area where they get food. Everyone gets food when you get on the bus, and he was on the phone. He was on the phone. None of my business, but he was on. I think he was telling the agent. I think he was talking to the agent, saying, "I want out of here. I don't care what you do. I don't care how we get out of here. I want out of here." I think that's what he wanted. Now, what do you do now? Let's take a break because we're late. I think we've overthought this. Guy wants out. What do you do? After the break, I'll tell you exactly how I would play this, and we'll all go around the room. Jalen Ramsey had his press conference today. More in a moment on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Catch high school football play-by-play on 1010XL.
I'm Coach Tobin of the Bold Bulldogs. On the road this Friday against the Creekside Knights. Catch the play-by-play live at 7 on 1010 AM.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Auto accidents are tough enough, but can be downright scary if the other car leaves the scene before the police arrive. You may still be able to make a claim if there's available uninsured motorist coverage. Call us to help ease the fear and help you present your claim. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000 for a consultation. That's 904-600-4000.
Office in Jacksonville.
I'm Lauren Brooks, and you won't find a better deal to keep your ride clean than Scrubble's flexible service car wash at both the St. John's Town Center and now in Fleming Island. Start in the tunnel wash and experience state-of-the-art equipment while enjoying a soapy light show. Our quality soaps and solutions keep your vehicle streak-free. Every 3-minute car wash package comes with self-serve vacuuming with lint-free towels, window cleaner, and a free air freshener. So visit Scrubbles at both the St. John's Town Center and in Fleming Island today. And remember, trust the bow tie. You'll know quality once you arrive.
All offers are with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Jeep Adventure Days.
We're in a battle to sell more Jeeps than anybody else in the Southeast.
We want to be number one.
So when we battle, you win. At Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Drive a brand new Jeep Compass. It's really cool. Monthly payments are as low as $209 a month. You save up to $4,000 off MSRP. Upgrade to a new Cherokee and save up to $5,000. Drive it today for just $239 a month. Save up to $6,000 off MSRP on a new Renegade.
Save thousands on Wrangler or Grand Cherokee.
See our inventory at #1CJD.com. All new Ram trucks are sale priced at up to $10,000 off MSRP.
Plus, you get 0% for 60 months.
Today is a great day to save. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Honest and friendly service you can count on. 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
So, folks, I've been talking about Pella windows and doors for a few months now, and I continue to hear from people who absolutely love their Pella products. And the reasons, well, they're obvious. Consumer Reports recently gave Pella replacement windows excellent top ratings on their vinyl, wood, and composite series. So their expert reviews are absolutely amazing. So if you're thinking about upgrading your home's value, go with the best. Visit the Pella showroom. It's right there on Phillips Highway, right next to Tesla. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
It's your boy at Big Game James. Join me and Denny Thompson on the 1010XL Facebook page on Sunday after every game for our instant reaction. Whether we win or whether we lose, we'll be live on 1010XL's Facebook page the minute it's over, talking to you. Thanks to Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. With long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the U.S., Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and the future. Underage sale prohibited.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and I'm thinking about this, Greg. When it comes to brand awareness, Honda is at the top of their game.
They are. They have been on an absolute tear. Everything from the flagship Goldwing to the Minimoto Groms. They've got exciting new side-by-sides out, a new Talon. Their ATV lineup is second to none.
So it doesn't matter what style of ride you're looking for, Honda has it, which means Cycles of Jacksonville has it.
We are the oldest dealer in the state of Florida. We are a Honda dealer.
Cycles of Jacksonville. Go find your Honda ride right there on Atlantic Air Regency.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hey folks, been thinking about getting your carpets cleaned? Call Zero Res, the #1 rated carpet cleaner in town. Call us to get your carpets, tile and grout, area rugs, and furniture cleaned. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Football season is here, and you know what that means, right? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has odds on every game and more prop bets than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Did you know you can bet on games after kickoff or parlay your picks to score a huge profit on a small wager? At MyBookie, you can. Don't play on some no-name sports book. If you're going to bet this football season, be smart. Bet with the best at MyBookie.ag. Sign up today and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to wager on your favorite teams. Use promo code RADIO right now to get your exclusive double your money offer. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code RADIO. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I've done nothing but give the city my all. I think everybody knows that. I've gotten some really good years out of me. And for however long I'm going to be here, I'm going to continue giving my all out there. All I care about is winning, man. Everybody know that.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnicht Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Those comments you just heard from Jalen say it all. I've given this city my all, which means that sounds like past tense, doesn't it?
It is past tense.
Everybody knows that. While I'm still here, I'm going to give it my all. The guy wants out of Jacksonville. He doesn't want to be on this team anymore. Again, and I think it's the losing. I think if they'd have gotten off to a great start this year, he might have felt differently. I think they lost their quarterback. They lost the first game convincingly. I think it probably worked on him all week long. And then that's why I think he was bowed up the minute that Texans game started. I think he feels like he's a top-level, great player stuck on this bad team, and he wants something better. He wants a better team. He doesn't want to walk out of that locker room a loser every week. That's what I think this is. He could not have said more times. I can't emphasize this enough. I just want to win. I just want to win. He was telling us his agenda. He just wasn't using he was telling us. What would I do? Disagree with Hayes. I absolutely would play. I'd say, here's the deal, okay? I want 2 1s. The word is out there now. Albert Breer said, I said it yesterday when we first found out. I said I'd take 2 1s. I wouldn't budge off that. I want 2 1. 2 first-round draft picks. I'm not going to get caught up in who trades them to me and where they might fall. If it winds up being the Eagles or the Chiefs and it winds up being pick 28, so be it, or 31, whatever. You can't control that. I want 2 number 1s, and that would be my position. I would go to David Mulugeta, and I'd say, you are free to go pursue the trade. But so you know, don't even call me with anything other than 2 1s. I'll make it easy on you, Dave. Dave Howie, can I call you Dave? Dave, I'll make it easy on you, Dave. Don't even call me until you find a team that's going to go with 2 1s. You find a team that's going to give us 2 1s, call me. Until then, I'm going to play him because I'm trying to win the game, and he's a really good player, and he's auditioning. He's not going to dog it. He's not laying down because he's auditioning. So, and I believe him when he said while he's here, he's going to play hard. I do believe that. I think that's in his DNA to play hard and to play well. I'd play him this week, and if I got 2 1s, I'd ship him out. If I don't get 2 1s, I'd get him on the plane, and I'd play him in Denver, and I'd play him in Carolina, and I'd play him here against New Orleans, and I'm going to keep playing him until you get 2 1s. It's pretty simple. And if I was Shad, now I'd sit down in front of Jalen and say, Jalen, let's get a couple things straight. You don't want to be here? Fine, we'll trade you. But we're not trading you for less than the 2-1s. That's it. We're not trading you for less than the 2-1s. Just so there's no debate here. Secondly, while you're here, I don't expect you to get in your coach's face ever again. I don't expect you to act like a baby or throw a temper tantrum ever again. I expect you to play your tail off, and I believe you will, because he does play hard. The guy plays hard. He had a great game. Play hard, play your tail off. We're going to keep playing you till somebody comes up with those 2 number 1s. And if they don't come up with those 2 number 1s by, is that October 29th? Is that the deadline? If they don't come up with those 2 number 1s by October 29th, then we're not trading you. No gray area here. Any questions? Hey, Dave. Dave, can I call you Dave? Is there any questions, Dave? It'd be pretty simple for me. You're going to play. You're going to play your tail off. Everyone's going to know you're not going to be here for the long haul. And guess what? And after the season, when the league year starts, we can trade you again. I want 2 1s. And if I don't get my 2 1s, then you're going to play here next year. Everybody understand it? And Jalen, if you're the best player, if you are the best cornerback in the league, somebody should give up the 2 1s. Somebody trying to win. If you're right, that is your assessment. Dave, your assessment is that your guy is the best cornerback in the league. Jalen, your assessment is that you're the best cornerback in the league. It's a premier position. There's 4 premier positions in football. There's quarterback, left tackle, cover corner, and pass rusher. There's 4 of them, okay? You play one of the premier positions, and you're the best, in your mind, you're the best in the league at it. Then that should generate 2 number 1s. When you get in 2 number 1s, Dave, call me. Otherwise, we move on. By the way, I expect you to be respectful. Again, I have no problem with him not playing. He's going to play hard. If he's out there, he's going to play his tail off. I don't worry about that one bit. I am going to tell him not to act like an ass, because he did just do that. No matter, I don't care what happened, I don't care what said to you, you act like a professional on that sideline. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and that's great. But you're not talking to a rational person.
I hear you.
And that's why I don't think you can have him in your building anymore. What was really the most troubling thing to me, it'd be one thing if Jalen was a lone wolf, and he likes to project himself as that with the whole, I'm not a leader, don't ask me to be a leader, but he really does influence others. And it was clear in the press conference today. The TV studio that the Jaguars use for these press conferences is nowhere near the locker room. It's not on the way to the locker room. A player has to go out of his way to go to the TV studio. And here's Jalen Ramsey giving just a unbelievably awful-looking press conference in terms of how it looks to the franchise. You've got the linebacker that you just gave $33 million in guaranteed money to cheering as he talks, along with Josh Robinson, who I would cut today for stepping foot in that room. He has more influence than I think he likes to let on, and that is deeply concerning. It's clear that barring a miracle, this season will not be saved, and they've got a lot of young players on this team, and at this point, as brilliant a player as Jalen Ramsey is, and I think he's one of the most fun, entertaining players that I've ever seen, I think he is doing significant damage with every hour that he is in the building.
And I guess my problem with all this is when you reward a kid for acting like a spoiled brat, they are going to act like a spoiled brat again. By giving Jalen what he wants, how does this city benefit? How does this team benefit? Other than, yes, future and the hope that these picks are going to be good, but you can't fully trust.
So what's the
that
alternative,
always.
Lauren?
That's an excellent question. To me, the alternative is, what if we fire the coach? Is that going to make you happy? And yes, that's also potentially giving him part of what he wants.
That's the last thing I would do is fire the coach to make a player happy.
I think Jalen Ramsey means more to this franchise on the field than Doug Marrone means to this franchise as a coach.
Now, wait a minute now. You just said you don't want to give the guy what he wants, and now you're saying you'd fire Doug Marrone to keep him.
And it sounds bad like that. You're right. But I don't think firing Doug Marrone is what Jalen Ramsey wants. I think he wants out of here.
I don't think there's any question.
So if I can make amends with the other players in the locker room and keep Jalen Ramsey somewhat happy, at least playing on the field, and not having the head coach, if that can fix this problem for now, then I would do that. So
I agree with Hayes. There's no way he can be here for the long haul. He's made that clear. That's the one thing. By the way, Hayes and I completely disagree with what you would do moving forward with Jalen, but both pretty good arguments. I mean, I hear you. Are My point is, I'd play him. I'd play him. I'm trying to win the game, and I'm not backing off until I get the 2 number ones, and then I'll trade him. And I'll stand by that. That's my position. Your position, though, is makes sense, Frank. But how much of a cancer do you have in the locker room? Every practice, every day, every meeting, walking down the hall, going to dinner. Is he bad-mouthing this? I get it. That is a very fair point, which is why I hope those 2 1s happen fast. Okay, because I hear you. That's a very, very fair point. And I hear your point too, Lauren. We're not trying. Why are we caving into this guy? Well, you don't have any choice. I do believe if a guy doesn't want to be on your team, to Hayes' point, he will become that cancer. Again, you're playing. That's it. You're playing. And again, go get me the 2 number ones. You're the guys that want the trade. Come to me. Come to me with the one. By the way, I think it's been everywhere. I think they've already gotten a bunch of ones. Don't you sense that? I think they've already gotten a bunch of first round plus. I think you're crazy not to trade a first rounder for this guy. He was the 5th overall pick. He's probably better than that. He's one of the few guys that goes in the top 10 is probably better than where he was picked. So you're crazy not to offer a 1 for the guy. What these teams are, one other thing too, by the way, let's say you don't get the 2 1s. All right, you don't get them. Okay, we're keeping him. Now, Rams have their top corner go down. I don't even know who that is. Their top cornerback blows a knee next week. Guess what? You know that team that wouldn't give you 2 1s? Rams are trying to win the Super Bowl. Your window to win the Super Bowl, I don't care who you are, unless you got freaking Tom Brady, who's a mutant, who's just not normal. Other than the mutant Tom Brady, nobody's Super Bowl window is very, very long, right? Nobody. They're all tight. They're all tight windows. The Rams are in that window now. Okay, the Chiefs are in that window now. If you're in that window now and your corner goes down, you're better off at the second number 1 because you got to take advantage of today's window. That's the way it works. So I'm playing him, and I'm saying I want my 2 1s. And until then, we're playing him. There's nothing else to discuss. You'll behave when you're here. Make sure we understand that. We're going to grant your request, Jalen. You do your part, and you act like a pro. No more sideline antics. No more jumping in the fight.
What happens to the next player wants to trade because he doesn't want to lose either?
I'll ask for 2 more 1s. By the way, if I can keep getting 2 1s, Lauren, I'll trade them all. I'll trade them all, and I'll build the best team of all time. Okay? If I can get who give me a guy. Give me an example.
Yannick Ngakoue.
Yannick ain't fetching you 2 1s, okay? But I don't know that any team would say, no, if a guy wants out, would you take a 1 for Yannick today?
Would I take a 1 for Yannick Ngakoue today? Probably, yes.
Yeah, he's a 3rd-round pick. I'd take a 1 tomorrow for Yannick Ngakoue. And I love Yannick, and I hope Jan gets paid. I agree. I think he's a good guy, plays hard. I think he's a terrific player. But you're going to give me a guy that you picked in the 3rd round, I can have a 1 for him? Trade him tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess the issue to me is if you don't trust the front office to make good selections.
Well, that's a different
right.
conversation.
Then you're just
the whole is the right front office team in place is a whole different conversation. Today's conversation is what do we do with Jalen? Good fun topic. Let's stay on it. We're gonna in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna open up the phone line to let you weigh in. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Nowadays, we're all looking for convenience, so why would you choose the traditional and stressful way to sell your home? Open Door is your answer to selling your home stress-free. Lauren Brooks here, and you can skip the hassle of staging your home through all the showings, and there's no risk of buyer financing falling through. That's right, stop worrying and start moving on. I have friends who have already sold their homes to Open Door, and they raved about how smooth everything went. You can get a free competitive offer within just 24 hours with Open Door. Open Door's website is so easy to use, and since Open Door buys a home every 34 minutes, yours can be next. Join the hundreds of thousands of people who have gotten their Open Door all-cash offer. You can get your free competitive offer at opendoor.com/myoffer today. So what are you waiting for? That's opendoor.com/myoffer. opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies.
Get ready for game day.
There's something good going on around here.
The weekend starts early with Pregame Friday.
Make the catch and keep the chains moving.
Brought to you by MyBookie and TIAA Bank.
Bring it up, let's go!
On 1010XL.
Would you fly economy when you could fly first class for the same price? At Garber Ford, we bring you first class service from the moment you walk into our showroom until the time you drive out in your new Ford. Garber Ford's guest service specialists are here to ensure you feel like a member of the Garber family. We make sure we listen and all of your questions are answered before you leave. For over 30 years, Garber Ford has offered first class service at economy prices. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com and let Garber Ford show you what first class really means.
Come see the new showroom and new displays at the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center, located on Southside Boulevard across from Tinseltown. The friendly, experienced group of interior designers will help you transform your home. They specialize in kitchen design, bath design, and closet design. The Kitchen and Flooring Design Center is used by many builders, home remodelers, and assisted living communities in Jacksonville. Plus, you'll find brands like Timberlake, Dolltile, Mohawk, Craftmade, Cambria, Legacy, and tons more. Head to floorsinKitchen.com or stop by the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center today.
Hey, it's Rick Boo. You know my friends at McGowan's are the best in the business. So when you need AC service or repair, you want to hire the prime-time players. Don't settle for some other second-rate practice squad repair service. I'm telling you from my own experience that McGowan's always makes the cut. Expert technicians, fast, reliable service, and fair pricing means you'll always be with a winning team. Call McGowan's at 264-COOL. My friends at McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
License number CMC 1250075.
Hey Googans, I'm Lance, former Navy SEAL with 180 Products. When my baby girl had skin issues that couldn't be solved with mainstream products, I created one of my own. I continued researching and experimenting and was able to create amazing products to help ease other symptoms our family experienced. Now I am happy to share those products with you. We make our products right here in Jacksonville with all natural organic ingredients. Visit 180products.com today and see how we can help you. That's 180products.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Margie Harner in Jacksonville at 296-2500.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops this year with the new 2019 fall arrivals. Introducing the strikingly new T-Series irons from Titleist, featuring the T100 iron designed as a player's iron, the T200 iron, a player's distance iron, and the T300 iron, the complete game improvement iron. All pure Titleist. Let us help you find the right set and get custom fit today. Just a few of the new releases you'll find at Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home with a 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1968.
Get ready to flex your sports trivia muscles. You or your four-person team can qualify to match wits against the masters of the sports universe on TV's Beat the Brains. Tuesdays, 7 p.m. at String Sports Brewery, 1850 North Main Street. Don't miss out on your chance to beat the brains.
Hey, what are we going to eat for dinner tonight? How about Mr. Chubby's? Mr. Chubby's again? Heck yes, I love Mr. Chubby's wings. They have great specials. You can get $7 domestic pitchers and $3 kids meals on Tuesdays. Well, let's chub it up then.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island and the West Side. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Hey, Hicken here. For 30 years, American Transmission has been Jacksonville's go-to for all of your automotive repair needs. They are the transmission experts, but they also have a complete department of certified master technicians. They can diagnose and repair any car, truck, SUV, or fleet vehicle. If you have any automotive repair needs, American Transmission, 2 locations, 5337 Beach Boulevard or 13750 Atlantic Boulevard. Call them today, 396-3766. That's 396-3766 for a free estimate.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Nimnick Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealership in Jacksonville, and they just won Dealer of the Year for 2018. Some of the reasons they're #1 is that they have the most inventory and the best price guarantee. They've been serving and donating to this community for 78 years, and no one cares more about the customers before, but more importantly, after the sale. That's Nimnick Chevrolet. Head there today, won't you? Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Does your promotional merchandise company go through the motions? Let Hardball do it all for you the next time you need logoed shirts. online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Well, let's be clear about something in regards to that. I didn't leak that information. Me and my agent, we are not the ones who leaked that information. And I was very strict about that because I did not want it to get out, and I didn't want it to be a distraction. I didn't want everybody asking my teammates all type of questions throughout the week. So let me be real clear about that. I was not the one, me and my team, we was not the one that leaked that information.
More of the Frangie Show now on a Nimnicht Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
The news broke yesterday evening. Frank Hayes and John Oehser had it for you and did an excellent job breaking down the fact that Jalen Ramsey has asked to be traded. He claims that he and his agent did not leak that information. So therefore, we will go with what he said. And either way, in my opinion, it is a gigantic distraction to this team. Whether he wants it to be or not, he and his agent have sent a message to the rest of the team that he matters more than the game Thursday night.
He was pretty adamant about how they didn't leak it. I believe him. I don't know if another team leaked it. I don't know enough about how those things get leaked. I don't know the. I always believe the agent always leaks everything. It might have been another agent. It might have been, but he was pretty adamant about that. I mean, he was. I mean, he went out. He said he spoke for 16 minutes and said basically nothing. The one thing he was adamant about saying was that he was adamant about saying he went out of his way to say, look, we did not. Our camp didn't leak that. Why not just, if you did leak it, why not just leave it alone? Why not even get into the leaking?
Right.
You know?
I believe him, but.
So I mean, I think I believe at least, now maybe Mulugeta believed it, leaked it, and didn't tell him. But I don't believe he was blatantly trying to lie when he said that.
No, I believe that, but doesn't he know that it's going to go incredibly viral once the information is out there and it's a couple days before the game?
But I think he thought it wasn't going to go out there. I think that his position was that he didn't want it out. I believe I don't.
So he thought the information would come out just that he's been traded, not that he had requested to be traded.
Yeah, I think when sure. If it's again, I don't know. I don't know. Well, like I said, again, I think it's a pretty simple solution at this point. You trade him, and you only trade him for what benefits you. So can they get two ones?
No. In fact, this is why again it was silly to put him up there in a press conference because it probably hurt his trade value. Because if I'm a general manager of the other 30 on one of the other 31 teams, I see that press conference and I see a desperate franchise. I mean, if I watch that press conference, I am saying to myself, they're going to trade him in the next 24 hours. They might trade him for a 2 and a 4 just to get it done with because it was so bizarre. And again, his behavior and it just – if you're watching that also as a general manager, you know, from an opposing club, you're looking at that saying, look, I have to answer to my owner. And if I go give up 2 first-round picks for this guy, I mean, we're sacrificing 2 drafts for this player. I don't know that I can manage him. Did you just watch that press conference for 16 minutes? Do you think we can manage that?
And did you watch him at the beginning of the game?
And if I can't manage that, then I'm taking on risk. And if I'm taking on additional risk, why would I give up 2 first-round picks? You've got to protect me, Dave Caldwell. If I'm going to make this deal with you, I'll trade you for Jalen Ramsey. But I'm not giving you 2 ones because I can't take on that substantial of a risk for a player that does that in front of 24 reporters.
I don't really understand also why he even took questions because he said in the very beginning of the press conference, look, I'm not here. We all know what's going on, even though actually we don't know what's going on, but that's another story. We all know what's going on, so I don't really want to answer y'all's questions. But then he started to answer questions, except obviously, like you said, Frank, he didn't actually answer any of the questions other than I'm looking forward to Thursday night, smiling and being kind of funny about it.
It was really interesting. He walked in a weird sort of way, Lauren. He doesn't want to be hated. You can really sense that. He really wanted to go out of his way to talk about how nice people have been to him, what a good relationship he's had. Look, I have a good relationship with a lot of people in this building, the trainers, the PR staff. He said, I was at Ruth's Chris last night, and everybody was loving. It was a wonderful place. Even you guys, and we all kind of laughed in the media, but even you guys. And at one point he said during and after he ducked about the third question, he says, look, I'm not trying to. I don't like being in here ducking your questions. I know I'm doing that. I know I'm circling, ducking. I know I'm ducking all your questions. I don't mean to do that. I don't feel like I can say more right now. And then at the end, did you notice at the end he says, look, I really do appreciate you guys, to the media. I've never heard him say that before. So in his mind, I think he doesn't want to be hated guy. He doesn't want to be the enemy. That's important to him. For whatever reason, you can tell. That's why I really wanted to watch him today. You know what I mean, Hayes? I wanted to watch his body language and watch his facial expressions and watch how he walked into the room and walked out of the room. And you could really feel that today, that again, it's very clear to me. He's just saying, look, I don't hate anybody. I'm happy. I'm at a good place. I love my years playing for this team, and I'm going to play as hard as I can while I'm here. But what he didn't say, but I could have put words, is, but I really want to leave. That's what. But I really need out. At no point did I ever get the impression that he wants to stay here. Not that clearly, because the look on his face when someone said, "What if they?" Did you ask? Somebody said, "What if they don't trade you?"
That's what I asked.
Yeah, you said, "What if they don't trade you?" The look on his face to your question, Hayes, he's, ooh, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, well, that we don't want that. We don't want that. So anyway, again, I don't know. I'd stand my ground. I'm in no hurry to move him. The trade deadline's October 29th. It's September 17th. I'm in no hurry. Until I trade him, I've got the best cornerback in the league still playing for me. So right now, in my mind, if I'm the front office, I get two options. I get the best cornerback in the league playing these games I'm really trying to win, because I didn't win very many last year. And I'm going to have him until I get 2 first-round draft picks, which is a pretty good haul, or I'm going to have him all year. So that's where I am. I'm pretty good. At the end of the day, the same question I asked you, do I think they'll get 2 ones? I'm not convinced they won't, because I've seen a lot of trades where you didn't think somebody would get this and that, and they wind up getting it. So do I think they'll get 2 ones? I'm not convinced. I think they will get a first-round draft pick for him. There's no doubt in my mind a first-round draft pick's coming. A first-round draft pick plus. I think they've already gotten those offers. I think some team or teams have already said, we'll give you a 1+. I think that's already. I'll bet you anything that's already happened. I'll bet 1+ has already happened. I really believe that. My question is, I do even before Albert Breer tweeted this today, I think they were asking for 2 ones. I told you yesterday. I want 2 ones. I would want, and I would move him. Now, I wasn't sure even then if I would move him for the 2 ones, because he's so good that could I? I think I asked myself, what would I do if I was Shad Khan? I'd probably get on my plane and fly to town. I'd probably just get Jalen, you and me. How do we solve this? You tell me, Jalen. There's no agent in the room. There's no coach in the room. It's my team, and you're on it. How do we solve? How do you want this to go? And if Jalen said to me, Shad, I want to stay. My problems are blah, 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 then I'd say, then how do we work through those problems? But I don't think my problems are I don't like Wash, I don't like Doug, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's where he is. I think he's tired of freaking losing, and he thinks he's so good and so elite. How dare how dare the world put him on this losing team? That's what I think. And I'm convinced of that. I'm convinced that's where his head is. And given that, now that I heard him today, I guess I'm convinced after hearing him today. After hearing him today, that's why I'd say, okay, now he's got to go. You thought as of yesterday he had to go, right? Oh, no, you didn't think
No,
you didn't think until today.
I was hoping they could work it out. I was hoping everybody's getting fired. So, I mean, I don't think there's, any mystery here if this season ends up going the way it looks like it's going to go. So my point was hang on to the elite player because, Jalen obviously doesn't like Doug Marrone. I mean, he was even sort of mocking Doug in the press conference today when he was asked about the incident Sunday, and he was like, I can't recall, using the exact words that Doug Marrone used on Sunday. And again, that's just that's the latest in the line, and he's complained about the scheme since he got here. So, to me, it's one of those things where I was hoping it could be worked out. I was hoping they could say, through his agent, back channel it, look, be patient, we understand, we want to give you a deal, and things are going to change around here. I just don't believe you can do that now.
Lauren, if you were, I said, Hayes' position is shut him down now, right, Hayes?
Yes.
And try and trade him.
Yes.
Okay, and what would you take? I've been clear what I would take.
I would take a 1 and a 3.
A 1 and a 3, and you'll because I think you may have that deal. And would you shut him down until you have it? Just make him inactive?
I would not let him put on a Jaguars logo again.
Okay, so in
he would not have practiced today.
And if he takes 3 weeks
which
to get,
he did,
if it takes
amazingly.
If it takes 3 weeks to get that deal, you'd deactivate him until then.
Yes.
Okay. I said I would play him until I got the 2 1s, and I don't care how long that takes. I would play him. Given those, what would you do, Lauren? You've heard Hayes and I weigh in. What would you do?
I'd play him Thursday night, and then I'd evaluate: how is he playing? How is he affecting the other guys on the team on that sideline? How is he towards Doug Marrone? Because as much as it sounds nice to sit him down and say you're going to be respectful and you're going to have a good attitude, I don't trust that that's going to happen. So if Thursday night comes and he's out there hamming it up with the Titans players on the field and it clearly looks like he is not helping this football team, not by necessarily just his play on the field, but overall his demeanor, then I would think about deactivating him in the future.
Well, I think I know what his demeanor is going to be. I think he's going to start the game angry. I think he's going to trash talk the opponent. I think he's going to play really well. I think he's going to get bowed up at the ref at some point. I think he's going to get bowed up at an opponent at some point. I think he's going to pout on the sideline at some point. And I think he's going to shut down whoever he covers.
Well, he didn't in week 1 as far as shutting down the opponent.
Yeah,
so
he did.
I know he usually plays well, but he doesn't always do that.
You would play him.
I would play him this Thursday night, and then I would
Would you be asking for a trade? Would you be seeking a trade in the interim?
If I couldn't work it out, then yes.
What are you doing right now? You seeking a trade or not?
I'm having the conversation with him as to.
So you may not trade him.
I may not.
Okay.
If an entirely different situation ends up happening here, as far as the people who are in charge, and he would love to stay despite that, then that's a conversation. But it's not just a conversation with Jalen Ramsey. It's a conversation with the entire defense and the entire offense in different rooms, and what is working and what is not working, and why is this team going through all the undisciplined issues. Is it players? Is the coach? I want to get to the bottom of the real issue here. And I don't think the real issue is Jalen Ramsey, but I think Jalen Ramsey sees there's a real issue, and he wants out.
All right, so we're going to open up the phone lines to you. Go ahead and call 641-1010. We don't do it very often, but phone lines are open now. As soon as we come back from our break at the top of the hour, we're going to take your phone calls, so I want you to weigh in on this. We're asked to take phone calls, so we're taking them now. Just so you know, my position is I'd play him right now. I'd practice him. I'd have him in meetings. I would say, David Mulligetta, go find me 2 1s. You're the agent. I give you the freedom. I give you the go-ahead to call the other 31 teams. Hey, Dave, you got their numbers? I'll give you their numbers. Call all the teams. Go find me 2 1s. And when I get them, I'll trade you. In the meantime, I expect you to be a good citizen and play your ass off for my team. Hayes' position is he's done with it. Wouldn't let him in the building. Wouldn't let him play again. Would try and get a 1 and a 3, no less than a 1 and a 3, and would deactivate him and keep him away from the team until then. Your position is you would not seek a trade yet. You would play him Thursday night and then do some investigating, talk more to him, talk more to other people before you decide whether even to trade him.
Right.
All right. What do you think, folks? 641-1010. What would you do? Phone lines are loaded up. As soon as we come back from the break, we're going to take all your calls. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Wins on Sunday require great performances.
It is 4th and 1.
Performance Painting presents the high-performance play of the game.
Oh, how high can you leap?
On 1010XL. Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Hey, if you want a great night out, I can recommend the best night out in town. I'll recommend Alhambra. Man, oh man, the musicals are so good. The tribute bands are so good. You go see one of those tribute bands, you're going to be amazed at how much they sound like the real thing and what a fun night you'll have. And the musicals, whether it's Broadway or here, are so very good. And man, they do a good job at Alhambra. Oh, by the way, great food. A 3-course meal. You're going to love the food. So how do you get tickets? That's easy. Call 641-1212 or log on to the website, alhambrajacks.com. In fact, when you're on the website, you can see the schedule of shows, what musicals are coming. You're going to have a big time. alhambrajacks.com. That is the website. Go to it. You want to have a fun night out? They've been doing it forever in Jacksonville. It's called Alhambra. Plenty of free on-site parking, easy to get to on Beach Boulevard, just off of I-295. You want to have a big time? You want Alhambra. 641-1212 or log on today to alhambrajacks.com.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Ram Power Days.
If you think the best deals on a new car or truck end with summer, they don't. Our fall prices are the best this year at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Looking for power, dependability? Do you want more features and technology than you ever thought possible? Ram has it all. Right now, every new 1500 to 3500 is on sale at savings up to $10,000 off MSRP. Plus, you get 0% for 60 months. With 0%, you'll save even more. We have the largest selection of Ram trucks around. Just pick the one you want and save. See our inventory at JAXCJD.com. Speaking of muscle, have you driven a new Dodge Challenger? It's pedal to the metal from only $319 a month. We want your old car or truck and we'll pay more for it than anywhere else. We're in a sales battle to be number one. We battle, you win. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, I-295 and Bay Meadows.
This is Jeff Prosser. Do you have patio envy? Lifetime Enclosures has the cure. You know, my parents really happy with the work Lifetime Enclosure did for them, from patio extensions to lanai conversion, sunrooms, screen enclosures. Make Lifetime Enclosures your outdoor living choice. Visit them at Lifetime Enclosures just south of Bay Meadows Road on Phillips Highway and set up your free estimate. Plus, you can receive up to 20% off a qualifying purchase. Also, take a short walk to Lifetime Flooring right next door. Tell them Jeff sent you. License CRC 028471.
Leon Spencer here, my friends, over at R&R Tires Express is your one-stop tire, wheel, and alignment specialist. Did you know that R&R offers an affordable way to get your tires needs and the wheels you want with their everyone's approved easy payment options? New tires installed for only $20, or custom wheels and tire packages just $50. With R&R's 6-month Savings Cash program, an installation, rotation, balance, flat repair, and roadside assistance is free. Wheels you want, tires you need, and R&R's 6-month Same as Cash. Ask for the Leon Special, and R&R will give you $100 off your purchase. For locations, go to rnrtires.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods, and I'm proud to say that Underwoods is the longest-standing member of the American Gym Society in the state of Florida. That's important because the American Gym Society promotes professionalism inside the business, and most important because of how it protects the customer. Gemstones are like most things, and you have to have the knowledge about them before you can tell the truth about them. That's where the American Gym Society fits in. They're the organization that certifies gemologists and registered jewelers and certifies sales associates with professional titles. Then, to ensure that we stay up to date with these gemological advances, we re-win our titles by passing a written test every year. And now I'm proud to say Underwoods has the largest credentialed American Gem Society staff east of the Mississippi River. So if you're interested in diamonds and jewelry and want real professional help, stop by Underwoods.
Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Metro Rooter Plumbing is not gimmicky and doesn't have a cute tagline. Metro Rooter Plumbing is always professional, no exceptions. Metro Rooter Plumbing will diagnose solutions to fix wasteful, harmful, or unsafe plumbing problems. The diagnosis is free, and if you feel comfortable, they'll begin work right away. If you'd prefer to hold off, that's okay too. Metro Rooter plumbers are not high pressure, they're just good quality plumbers. Google Metro Rooter to schedule your appointment. They even offer same-day service, including Saturday and Sunday. MetroRooter.com.
StreamSong is home to Florida's highest-rated golf collection. StreamSong Red, StreamSong Blue, and of course StreamSong Black, which Golf Digest 2018 just named as the best new public course in North America. I'm talking about StreamSong Black. Of course, 4 fine and casual restaurants, a rooftop bar, spa, and 3 nationally ranked courses: StreamSong Red, Blue, and StreamSong Black. StreamSong. Check them out today. Visit StreamSongResort.com.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Vida de Louis is the newest tequila on the Jacksonville scene, and it's the smoothest, too. It's a tribute to smooth sailing and living a relaxed lifestyle. Extra aeration makes Jacksonville's only locally owned tequila perfect for the summer season or any season. Check out VitaDeLouis.com for great drink recipes and interact on social media. The citrus of the sea, Vida de Louis. Ask for it by name the next time you want the smoothest tequila in Jacks. VitaDeLouis.com to find all the locations where it's served.
They say time is money, and at Claude Nolan Cadillac, they respect your time and strive to make your every visit a pleasure. Serving Jacksonville for over 114 years, Claude Nolan Cadillac owners come back again and again. Because you are more than a customer, you are part of the family. And now lease a 2019 XT4 premium luxury model for $329 a month for 36 months. Visit Claude Nolan on Southside Boulevard or go to ClaudeNolanCadillac.com. Beginning lasting relationships since 1905. See dealer for details.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by MyBookie. Jaguars cornerback Jalen Ramsey spoke to the media earlier today and gave his position right now with the Jaguars.
I've done nothing but give the city my all. I think everybody knows that. I've gotten some really good years out of me. And for however long I'm going to be here, I'm going to continue giving my all out there. All I care about is winning, man. Everybody know that.
Will he play on Thursday? Here's Todd Wash.
He's on our football team. So, we're status quo, moving ahead. He was out in walkthroughs and meetings today, taking notes. And, he's a competitor.
Todd Wash, the Jaguars defensive coordinator. Both those sound bites courtesy of Jaguars.com. At 4:01, 91 degrees. Your time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller. Taking your phone calls next on The Frangie Show.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Also, I've seen a couple fake things out there in the media right now that I don't love the city, that I ain't love the fans, that I don't, just whatever speculations. None of that's true, man. I love Duval. The city embraced me. The fans embraced me since I've been here.
Phone lines are open to you now, 641-1010. What I want you to do is weigh in your thoughts on the Jalen Ramsey situation, the press conference today, what you would do, what are your emotions right now, and then we will get to your, we will respond to it after you weigh in. 641-1010, the number. Let's say hello to Greg. Hey, Greg.
Hey, what up, Frank?
Hey, man, what do you think about all this?
All right, so here's my thing. I've been ex-military. I've been a Jaguars season ticket holder for 20 years. I love Jalen, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think the problem is Jalen. Personally, after watching the game on Sunday and seeing what's happened so far this season and last season, I think it's Marrone. I think the leadership is where it's all starting, and personally, I think Marrone, he's got to go.
Greg, what would you do with Jalen?
I would basically call Jalen. I like the idea they had earlier. Get Shad, get him in a room, say, look, man, we understand you're unhappy. We're going to make changes, and we're not making them for you. We're making them because we realize we're not succeeding on the path we're on, and we need to change that because we have far too much talent on this team to be performing as bad as we are.
Right,
and given what happened Sunday, that only accentuates it. That whole going for two thing, I don't see why the logic of that. But personally, I'd say Marrone, you need to go. I'd put Coughlin in his place.
All right, Greg, thanks for the call. Hayes, I've seen a lot of this on Twitter too. People are leaving the Jalen issue to say the problem is Marrone and the front office and the way the team is run, and that's the real problem. That's a different conversation if you believe that. But today's conversation is what you do with Jalen. But I asked Greg. Greg said I would try and talk Jalen into staying by telling him we're making other moves. What's your response to that?
Yeah, and what I would say is my suggestion that they trade Jalen Ramsey based on what I saw in the press conference is not support for Doug Marrone. Doug Marrone is 2-12 in his last 14 games. I mean, I think this is the first step in a complete clean sweep. So I don't want it to sound like, well, he thinks they should trade Jalen Ramsey, so that is support for the people that are in place now. I think the organization, the franchise, Shad Khan, needs a fresh start.
Let's go to Joel, who's up next. Joel, go ahead.
Hey, so thanks for taking my call, Frank.
Surely.
Hey, I say definitely do not trade Jalen. He's a generational player. Unless you're getting 2 1s and a 2 or something just stupid that somebody just want to give us their whole, their top end of their draft. Yeah, that's the only way. He's a generational player. He's frustrated because he's not being used properly, and that's probably why we're struggling. We built this defense to go mano-a-mano with absolutely everybody. We got these guys playing zone. And I think all the way back to when Jalen made his very first Pro Bowl. I forget who that coach was, but they even used him at receiver. This guy is, you don't give up on 24-year-old talent.
All right. Joel, well said. Thanks for the call. Lauren, Joel says don't trade him. What do you think?
Yeah, he said don't trade him unless you get a ridiculous amount of stuff. And certainly I think that's where this team is at right now. They know how good he is. They're not going to just let him walk for a 4th-round pick.
Let's go to the phones and say hello to Cody. Hey, Cody, how you doing?
Hey, doing good, guys. I'm kind of in the same boat as Joel, man. I think, as much as Jalen seems like he doesn't want to be here, he's a heck of a talent, man. The talent level of this guy doesn't come around but once very often. It's the best talent we've had in Jacksonville in a long time. So I think if you get something ridiculously good, go ahead and trade for him, get him out of there. But until then, hold on to it. Keep those pocket aces in your hand.
Would you play him? Cody, would you keep playing him?
With the amount of disrespect that he's shown to the coaching staff, I don't know if I would play him personally. I think I'd sit him for at least a half. Try and send a message, say, hey, we're not going to tolerate this type of disrespect from you that you've been, and the fact that he hasn't even talked to Marrone since Sunday, that says a lot, man. Like, you should at least, if you've got a problem with somebody, man to man, come up there and talk to him. Tell him what your issue is. If he doesn't do anything about it, then obviously he doesn't care. That's when I would request a trade if I was in Ramsey's shoes. But if you haven't even talked to your coach or given anyone an opportunity, you just throw disrespect at him, how can you expect him to want to work with you?
Cody, thanks for the call. I will say this, Hayes and Lauren. It is unusual that they haven't had a conversation. Same with when Telvin and Doug never had a conversation. It's disingenuous or naive to say that it isn't unusual that at some point Doug hasn't said, Jalen, we need to sit down. Let's both sit down and talk about what happened on the sidelines. I think it feels unusual to me that there wouldn't have been some sort of a conversation.
It does. I mean, it feels like, Doug Marrone has lost the locker room. And look, Doug Marrone may be at fault for some of this as well. I don't think that Jalen's behavior paints Marrone in this sympathetic light. I think there's blame on both sides. And that's why I think it's where I think this is the first step in a lot of additional dominoes that will fall.
Let's go back to the phones. Where are we? Let's go to John, who's next up. John, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Love you guys' show.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to agree with Greg on this one, except for I would sit him for this game just to humble him a little bit, but I would do a wholesale sweep with Marrone, offensive coordinator, and probably even our running back to show we're really serious about bettering the program. Because they've shown they can't draft. So trading for 2 draft picks is not a positive move.
All right, John, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate the callers weighing in, and I'm sure it's good to get it off their chest. I don't know that throwing other players into the mix is going to fix this.
Let's go to John, who joins us now on the program. Hey, John.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. What do you think about all this? What would you do?
Can we really trust this front office to handle this situation?
Well, right now it's the front office you got, John. So what would you do?
But clean house. If I'm Shad, if we lose Ramsey, everyone has to go. If we lose Ramsey, that would be 31 of the 53 players that Caldwell has drafted that are gone or not even in the league. So it's so frustrating as a Jags fan, but everyone has to go.
All right, John, thanks for the call. Again, my question today, though, is what would you do right now with Jalen Ramsey? We probably should have another show one day about what would you do about the front office.
And you can assume that the current front office will not be using these picks. I don't think that's ridiculous to suggest.
Yeah, I would.
So don't worry about who is actually going to be making the picks.
Yeah. The truth, and the real truth is we don't know that. But I hear you. I mean, a common narrative was before this season that if the team struggled, they may not bring back the group. That was whether that's true or not. That narrative was out there.
The owner has said it.
Yeah.
Again, this is coming from Shad Khan.
Let's go to Reggie. Reggie, what do you think about this? What would you do, Reggie?
Hey, what's going on, Frank? This is Reggie Lawrence, man. You used to write about me so much when I was in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember well. You're a terrific player. You and Chris Parker. That was a good backfield. Reggie, what would you do here?
Absolutely. First of all, you got to know these Seminoles, man. They ain't going to do nothing but quit on you. But anyway.
Reggie went to Clemson, by the way, just so you know that. Okay. I know where you went, Reggie. Go ahead. That's awesome. Go ahead.
Well, as far as Ramsey concerned, man, it's a broken locker room. It's a divided locker room right now. And you're probably, if you're going to trade him somewhere like Buffalo. Don't let him go back in the division, though. Keep him out of the division. Send him somewhere. Make him happy. But he definitely need to go because you have a divided locker room, and it's going to be tough this season to focus on trying to execute and play, man.
Good point, Reggie. Good to hear from you. Thanks for calling, man.
Hayes, does the Jaguars
Reggie Lawrence, by the way, when I was a prep writer, was a big-time player.
Yeah.
Running back. He went to Clemson, and Chris Parker, his running mate, went to FSU.
Wow.
How's that backfield for you?
Pretty good.
They were both really good. It was great to hear from Reggie. Really good players. Go ahead.
And he's reigning national champion
right
now. Does it feel like the locker room is divided to you?
Yes. I mean, it feels like the defense is totally turned on the coaching staff.
But not necessarily on each other. I guess that's what I mean by that's
the
when I think
offense
of
doesn't
divided
have
locker room.
enough identity to be turned on. You know what I mean? Like there's not enough gravitas on the offensive side of the ball, I think, for it even to be an even match.
Let's leave the phone lines open. We're going to take some more calls. Got to take a break. We're going to leave the phone lines open. Keep calling. We'll get to your calls as best we can. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
My only problem with the Jaguars going for the 2-point conversion was it didn't work. I certainly don't have a problem with the decision. I'm surprised more coaches don't make the same decision. Why don't they? Fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of being fired. And I seldom criticize play calling unless I know what the defense is. Yes, I too was surprised the Jaguars chose to run Leonard Fournette between the tackles. The running game hadn't clicked all day. Tony Baselli said he was shocked at the call. Most people I've heard say they were surprised. Maybe the Jaguars were hoping the Texans would be just as surprised and unprepared for the play. They weren't, stuffing Fournette as they had all day. Now the Jaguars must move on and quickly. The Titans visit the bank Thursday. Can the Jaguars turn around this 0-2 start? I see no signs they can.
Check out Uncle Dave's column at 1010XL.com on the homepage. Look for Lamb at Large.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
How tough is the new 2019 Crewmax Toyota truck? Well, it's tough enough for Ernie Palmer Toyota and 1010XL to give one away this fall. Fact is, Ernie Palmer Toyota now has your toughest and coolest Tundras, Tacomas, Highlanders, and Sequoias just sitting around waiting for you to drive. So visit Ernie Palmer Toyota today and keep an eye out for the Ernie Palmer Weekly Pick'em Contest this football season on 1010XL.com, where you'll have a chance to win a Crewmax Toyota Tundra, only from Ernie Palmer Toyota.
Hey, if you want an insurance agent you can trust, you want State Farm agent Craig Dewhurst. Call him at 940-9740. Good guy, really good agent. Life insurance, homeowners, automotive, whatever it is you need, Craig will handle it for you. He's that good of an agent. And then when something goes wrong, if you bang up the car a little bit, something happens at your home, he will be there, and I mean he'll be right there helping you through it every step of the way. If you want the best agent in town, your choice is very easy. Call him today at 940-9740. State Farm agent Craig Dewhurst.
Looking to play golf at a special rate? Look no further than the World Golf Village. With special rates for Florida and Georgia residents, you can play some of the best golf Northeast Florida has to offer starting at $69. That's right, starting at $69. You can play either the World Golf Village's King and Bear or Slammer and Squire. Plus earn rewards towards free golf every time you play. What's not to like? Book your tee times at playwgv.com. That's playwgv.com.
I finally admitted it. My garage was a mess, full of junk. I could have done it myself, but man, am I glad we called the veterans at J-Dog Junk Removal. Frank Frangie here. My wife and I saved so much time and so much hassle having them clear the clutter. She loved how courteous they were the entire time. And now we can enjoy our garage again. Look, take it from me, clear the clutter. You'll be so glad you did. No matter how big the job, call J-Dog Junk Removal today. 844-GET-JDOG or enter your zip code at jdog.com.
Coral Reefer presents Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band. Son of a Sailor, High Tide Tour 2019. One night only at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, December 10th. American Express card members, get your tickets Wednesday, September 18th at 10 a.m. through Sunday, September 22nd at 10 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday, September 27th at 10 a.m. For tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. Performing as part of the American Express Concert Series. Supply is limited. American Express terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Now, the Performance Painting play of the game.
You gotta claim it!
Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride.
The fourth quarter is where big plays are made, and no play would be more memorable than Jacksonville's Gardner Minshew linking up with wide receiver DJ Chark for a touchdown score with 30 seconds left in regulation and bringing the team within one. The duo's late game execution notches them the Performance Painting play of the game.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting!
Gentlemen, discover the new medical treatment that Viagra doesn't want you to know about. I'm Bradley I with Synergenics Elite Health, and we offer GainsWave. It's a simple 20-minute in-office procedure. GainsWave is non-invasive, and it restores the poor blood flow that causes ED. Stop popping pills and scheduling intimacy. Call 904-500-5500. Consultations are free. Mention this radio station for $150 off your first treatment. Call Synergenics Elite Health at 904-500-5500 to learn about the GainsWave ED treatment today.
Complete shows commercial free as soon as the live broadcast ends.
Radio, huh?
1010XL On Demand, presented by Kuhn Flowers.
Search 1010XL in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
And subscribe to 1010XL On Demand.
or visit 1010XL.com.
Dave Benyon here with Zero Res. Fall is my favorite time of year. At Zero Res, we are falling back in time. For September only, you can get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $99. That's the same price we started with 14 years ago. At Zero Res, our mission is simple. It's to become the most trusted provider in our industry. Give us a chance to earn your trust. Call now and enjoy the hottest price of the year. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $99. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
What better way to show off the all-new Diamonds Direct than with our best offer of all time? Right now, get 5 years zero-interest financing on any purchase with nothing down. It's happening now at Diamonds Direct's incredible new showroom off Town Center Parkway. Come get that $7,000 engagement ring and pay just $117 a month. This amazing offer includes certified diamonds, earrings, pendants, designer jewelry. Nothing's held back. 5 years zero-interest financing going on now at the all-new Diamonds Direct off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. Credit.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Word is out that Mavis Discount Tire has a huge selection of brand name tires at discount prices. But did you know that Mavis is also home to the $99 brake special? That's right, Mavis Discount Tire also offers discounted prices on brake services. Have front or rear premium quality Wagner brake pads installed for only $99.99. Yes, new brakes for $99.99, including labor. Come in today and save. Offer applies to most cars. Other fees may apply.
Share the road, share the responsibility. Mayor Lenny Curry here reminding you that when in doubt, wait it out. Make eye contact with drivers before crossing the street. Drivers always slow down and yield to pedestrians. Be all in for safety. Be all in, Duval. Go to COJ.net for more safety tips.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Because I don't want to be no distraction, man. I know y'all going to make the headlines off of one little thing I'm going to say, so I'm trying not to say anything to make for y'all to really get a headlines. I know the deal, and I don't want to give y'all a headline because I don't want it to become a bigger thing around here.
More of the Frangie Show now on a Nimnicht Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
The comments of Jaguars cornerback Jalen Ramsey earlier today, for now at least, Jaguars cornerback. Coming up this Friday, we hope you join us at Angie's Subs. We've got our 6th annual Cook-Off benefiting the Tom Coughlin J Fund, presented by the law offices of Brett Hastings. We will be broadcasting from 3 to 5, but the fun goes on much longer than that. Just $15 if you want to show up and eat all-you-can-eat barbecue, and you get a beer with that as well. So certainly going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, coming out Friday's going to be a lot of fun. We do it all the time, and it benefits the Tom Coughlin J Fund, which is a wonderful concern. And you eat great cooked-out food, tailgate food. You're going to love it. We can't wait. So it's going to be on at Angie's Subs at the beach on Friday. We hope you'll come join us. One more segment of your phone calls. Let's go to Preston. Preston, what would you do with this Jalen Ramsey situation?
Hey, guys. Love the show.
Thank you very much.
But the one thing I would do last week when Trey Herndon was getting ready for the game, they asked him how he prepares, and when he says he watches film and has questions, he goes to A.J. Boye. He didn't say he goes to Jalen. Jalen's just all about me. I think you got to trade him, man.
All right, there you go. And it looks like that may happen. What did you say Diana Rossini reported?
She said, when checking in with sources all over the league, it seems most teams who are interested in Jalen Ramsey have turned away from trading because the price is just too high. I've also received info from multiple teams that are out, but some have added the words "for now."
Yeah, and I think they're all responding to the 2-1s. I think they're responding to the 2-1s. Demetrius is up next. Hey, Demetrius, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
What's on your mind? What do you think about all this?
I
had a bad connection. Sorry, Demetrius. Let's go to Steven. Steven, how you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Yeah, what you think about this? What would you do here? If you're the Jags, what would you do?
You know, Jalen loves the drama, doesn't he? I mean, right now I know there's many different opinions. You know, bottom line, I think anyone as a Jags fan, we just want you to do your job, no matter what it is. I mean, we have options right now. If Jalen wants to be traded, we would do ourselves a disservice if we didn't at least review that. Power's in our hands to do it. But the bottom line is, is Jalen as good as Jalen thinks? You know, a good example, compare him to a player like Zeke with the Cowboys. What if the Cowboys had taken Zeke right around the same time, and or the Cowboys had taken, Jalen, and we had taken Zeke? Would it be as much of an impact for the Cowboys as Zeke has been for them? You know, those are questions to ask. Is he being an impact to the team? Bottom line, we need discipline on this team. With Jack, the fight on the first week, Fournette last week, some of these players think they're untouchable, and really we need to bring that in where these players, as good as you are, you're still part of the team.
All right. Stephen, thank you for the call. Let's go to Buddy, who checks in. Buddy, what would you do here?
Yeah, Frank, I'll tell you what, 3 years ago, Tom Coughlin said it best. He said it's all about winning. And so I look at it this way. Who's going to help you win more, a subpar coach or a bona fide superstar? I'm siding with Ramsey.
Yeah, well, but we're not siding right now. I'm asking you what you would do with Jalen Ramsey. This isn't who you pick and which side. I'm asking you what will you do right now? Would you trade him, keep him? What would you do with Jalen Ramsey?
Absolutely keep him and play him. Absolutely play him. He's a great superstar. He'll give us a chance to win.
All right, buddy. Thank you for the call. Yeah, I want to be clear. This isn't whose side are you on. I saw that a lot on Twitter. There's no sides yet. Jalen Ramsey hasn't said, hey, it's either me or them. Then there's sides. That's not where we are. That might have led to this, but we're not on this, hey, pick me or pick them. Twitter's turned that in. Have you noticed? Twitter wants to turn it into that, but that's not what is at hand right now. The front office, the coach and the GM for today aren't going anywhere. Now maybe they will down the road.
The issue is super complicated, and by picking sides, you make the issue at least a little bit easier in as far as breaking down, okay, I'm with this person or I'm with that front office / coaching staff. By the way, the one caller mentioned the Cowboys. I'm sure Jalen is looking up and seeing that Zeke just got paid and he hasn't.
Let's go to Mark, who's up next. Mark, go ahead, please.
Yeah, great show, by the way.
Thanks.
But in my opinion,
Jalen Ramsey is a world-class turd, and he's disrespectful. He is a horrible teammate. I mean, you're pretty much giving the middle finger to the entire franchise, asking for a trade at this point in the season, and I would get rid of him. I don't want him here anymore.
All right. Mark says run him out of here, period. And I would think Mark would say you not play him too, right? Let's go to Rick. Rick, go ahead. What would you do here, Rick?
I wouldn't get rid of no certified Hall of Famer. That's what I wouldn't do. I would get rid of that whole, from the top to the bottom, from Tom Coughlin on down, because he's going to get rid of him anyway, because they ain't going to win him about 5 games. If they get rid of Jalen Ramsey with no quarterback, the season is done.
All right, Rick, thank you for the call. Again, I haven't had the what would you do with the front office question yet, but I keep getting that answer. We haven't asked the question yet. We tend to get that. If you notice, you get that answer a lot. So a couple more calls. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to try and squeeze in 1 or 2 more here on this segment. Then we'll wrap it. Good calls, by the way. Again, the question is, what would you do with the Jalen? If you were the Jags, how would you handle the Jalen Ramsey situation right now? Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, Frank. I think Ramsey's a phony. I don't think he knows what he's even saying half the time. I don't think he's worthy to wear a Jaguar uniform. It would be a bad precedent to let him play for the future of the franchise. The guy doesn't want to be here. You said something about him maybe putting on. He would play well to be drafted or to be traded for the other. To put on a show for the other team. The other teams know what he can do. We know what he can do, but it's not about his performance. It's about his attitude. He needs to never wear the jersey again.
Kevin, thank you. I want to take 2 more calls now. James and Greg are going to be our final 2 calls. James, go ahead. What would you do here?
I would keep Jalen, and like the guy ahead of me said, it's got to be something. And Jalen has done everything right, regardless of how we feel about off-field antics. He's done and gave 100% on the field, and that's what you want from every player. That's the same thing with Antonio Brown and anybody else. That's the same thing Jalen has done.
All right, James, thank you for the call. Didn't mean to cut you off. Our final caller is Greg. Greg, what would you do here?
I would trade him so fast. He brings too much unnecessary attention to our defense by calling our quarterbacks, receivers, and all this unnecessary stuff. Sit him on the bench Thursday also, wrap him in bubble wrap, get rid of him.
Greg, thank you for the call. We're going bubble wrap, says Greg. Let's take a break. Nice work for our callers. We appreciate you weighing in today. We've got some more thoughts. We'll kind of go back to some of the things you said and give you some more of our thoughts after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
In Duval, we know defense. Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game.
If it's moving, hit it.
It's all about defense.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
On 1010XL.
Did you know that All-Purpose Staffing takes care of all types of companies? That's right, warehouses, roofing, landscaping, construction, even apartment complexes, and country club maintenance. All-Purpose Staffing helps both small and large companies. So let All-Purpose Staffing handle your payroll-related costs, including workman's comp and year-end reporting. If your company hires any sort of temp personnel, All-Purpose Staffing will make that process so much easier. Call All-Purpose Staffing today at 219-1515. That's 219-1515.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Jeep Adventure Days. Trade in and trade up with the best deals of fall. But it's only at Jacksonville. Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Bring in your old car, truck, or SUV and get the most for it. When you buy or lease a new Jeep, navigate through traffic in a new Compass from just $209 a month. Upgrade to a new Cherokee and save $5,000. It's a trade-in, trade-up sales extravaganza. Jacksonville. Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Hey, if you want a bank you can trust, you want Center State Bank with 7 locations here on the First Coast. Terrific people, terrific bankers. They understand banking and finance. They understand how hard it is to start and maintain a business. That's why they're Florida's business bank. But they also understand how important it is to treat you right on a personal level. Nice folks, good bankers. That's what you get from Center State Bank. It really is. I love banking at Center State Bank. 7 locations on the First Coast. You want a bank? You want Center State Bank.
I'm a lemon pepper guy.
I'm a lemon pepper guy.
I'm a lemon pepper gal.
You know who it is, and I'm a lemon pepper guy. Leon Searcy here for Wingstop. Come on, man. It's football season, and these guys have the best wings in town. Use the app and have it delivered right to your home or business. 5 locations open until midnight all season long, serving up lemon pepper or any of your favorite mouth-watering flavors. Wingstop.com.
Can't stop. Wingstop.
Here's a quick tip from your fast file bankruptcy expert, Don Dufresne with the law offices of Parker & Dufresne. Did you know the U.S. Bankruptcy Court has a new program to help borrowers navigate student loan repayments and possibly reduce thousands in interest? If you have student loan debt and are considering bankruptcy, contact the law offices of Parker & Dufresne. For more quick tips, visit jackslawcenter.com. Relief, restore, renew. Offices Jacksonville.
The Advantage program from Air Engineers Service Experts gets you a new air conditioner from just $99.50 a month. There's no money down, never a charge for repairs, and tune-ups are free. Call Air Engineers Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS or visit airengineers.com. See website for license details.
John's Auto has been in Jacksonville for 32 years. That doesn't happen by cheating customers. At John's Auto, their reputation is in its work. Top quality for a lower price. It's full service at John's Auto. Brake, shocks, alignment, transmission, front end repair, tires, and they specialize in AC repair, whether it's the repair itself or getting your AC coolant checked. John's Auto, Arlington Road. Call 743-3857, a family-owned business.
It's practical, it's smart, and it's so easy. It's Diamonds Direct's most amazing offer ever. Right now, for a limited time on any purchase, get the best price, pay nothing down, and get 5 years, 0 interest financing. If you've been eyeballing that $5,000 designer ring, right now it's only $85 a month. Those $3,000 diamond studs, just $50 a month, and they're yours. Come join the celebration of our all-new Bigger, Better showroom. Now open off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. Diamonds Direct. On approved credit.
The best of XL Primetime Replay is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, helping you be the best when you play.
Everybody wants to talk about Leonard Fournette and the fact that he didn't score on that play. We've got $100 million invested in our interior of our offensive line, okay? That was just a halfback dive. That's all it was. So that means that the interior of that offensive line has got to win. You know how you win? Yeah. By putting your guys in the end zone.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code. Lesson 42. This is how you say happy hour. It's happy hour. Let's go get some Bud Lights. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light. Crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get ready to flex your sports trivia muscles. You or your 4-person team can qualify to match wits against the masters of the sports universe on TV's Beat the Brains. Tuesdays, 7 p.m. at String Sports Brewery, 1850 North Main Street. Don't miss out on your chance to beat the brains.
When this is the sound of a crackling campfire on a cool evening, you can sit back and relax. But when it's the sound of your counters and cabinets smoking and smoldering following a house fire that's affected your entire kitchen, you need to pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-SERVPRO when fire damage strikes. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
This is the Mangler. By now you've heard my commercial for Advanced Disposal on our need for CDL drivers. As a result, we've added some good drivers to our team. However, we still have some positions to fill. We're looking for CDL drivers in Northeast Florida, especially in Clay County, St. Johns County, and yes, Duval! Come be a starter on our team. Earn a solid wage and get full benefits. Head to our website, advanceddisposal.com/careers, and get signed up today. That's advanceddisposal.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at PlumbingJacksonville.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I have nothing bad or negative to say at all about anybody in this building. It happens. It is what it is. I think everybody, for the most part, knows what's up. So I don't really too much want to speak on it and give no detail. I'm gonna let God do his work. I'm gonna let my agent do his work, and everybody gonna work it out. And I'm gonna focus on what I can focus on. And right now, that's being a good teammate still while I'm here.
And I think he's gonna play Thursday. I think he's gonna play well Thursday. And I think they're gonna try and trade him. By the way, let me say this. And I asked Lauren to read this the other segment. Diana Rossini, one of the ESPN people, said, and I'm going to paraphrase it, Lauren, but essentially she said, after checking around and talking to various teams, a lot of teams are pulling out of the Jalen Ramsey conversations because the price is too high.
Yep.
And others have said they're out for now. No, by the way, that's how this goes. They're asking for 2 1s. I'm convinced of that, and I'm convinced they should be. If you got it right away, you didn't ask for enough. So if they asked for 2 1s and somebody did that 5 minutes later, well, then shame on the Jags. That's not enough. It should have been 2 1s and a 2 then. For this to be, if you ask for something and never get it, you ask for too much. And then you can back off a little. If you ask for something and get it too quickly, you didn't ask for enough. So this is a very common next step. Jalen wants to be traded. He makes it known, or they make it known, or it becomes known, right? The Jags let it be known, I assume, that they want the 2 1s. Again, Albert Breer wrote that, and I totally believe they're asking for 2 number 1 picks. Totally believe that. The league says, no, we're not going to do that. And then the league lets make sure it gets out that we're not going to do that. That's their leverage. That's the negotiating in the media a little bit. So I'm not surprised that the Jags' initial cost is supposedly too high for some of these teams. I think that's the journey this thing is going to take.
It's the journey it's going to take, but I do wonder if today's press conference hurt his trade value. Because if I'm a general manager on a different club, I've got to show that to my owner. I've got to get my owner to sign off on it, and then I've got to say, okay, well, before we completely do this, before we send 2 picks, I do need to show you what happened today. And I think it's going to be difficult for a general manager and an owner to assume that much risk, 2 first-rounders, with a player that's this volatile. Doug Marrone is not some flake. I mean, you may not like him, you may not like the way he coaches, but he is a respected coach in the coaching community. And he has no chance to manage this guy. And I think a lot of this isn't Kingsbury, who just arrived from college and has no NFL experience. And, you know, I mean, even if it hadn't gone well for Sean McVay, this isn't some kid. This is somebody who has been coaching a long time. This is a franchise being run by Tom Coughlin, who has seen a lot of players. And I think other teams are going to ask themselves, if they can't manage Jalen Ramsey, if this is what I'm seeing in a 16-minute press conference, are we going to be able to manage him? Or are we going to have him for 4 weeks before he's upset about something? And you know, if you trade for him, particularly the 2 1s, you've got to give him the biggest deal a cornerback has ever gotten in NFL history, which is going to give him minimum of 3 years of he can't be fired. You can't cut him with all the guaranteed money that's going to be in that deal. You have to be convinced that Jalen Ramsey is going to be a good citizen in your locker room and be easy to be coached. I don't know how you can draw that conclusion based on what's transpired here in Jacksonville.
Hayes, with his first 3 years in the league, would you have been convinced until the events that have happened basically Sunday and this week, Would you have been convinced prior to that he would have been a good citizen in the locker room?
I thought Jalen was really growing. I thought, we were seeing really positive strides, in training camp. And I'm stunned it's come to this. I mean, it doesn't feel – I thought I'd be covering Jalen – I'm 43. I thought I'd be covering Jalen Ramsey when I'm in my 50s, covering him for the Jaguars. Like the fact that he very well may be playing his last game Thursday is beyond shocking to me. So, yeah, I thought it was on the right path. I mean, obviously you knew that the coaching staff and the front office that everything was sort of, win or bust kind of a season, based largely on what, we've heard from Shad Khan and just how the NFL is. I mean, if you don't, win for a couple of years, you're in trouble. And I think when you look at it, to me, it's really surprising. It's really disappointing that it looks like, that he's ready to move on. And I think he's made it such an agenda that I don't know that the Jaguars can just ignore it and say, nope, we'll just see where the chips fall.
To remind people, the Texans traded 2 first-round picks plus a second-rounder to the Dolphins in exchange for left tackle Laramie Tunsil.
2 1s and a 2.
And wide receiver Kenny Stills. So they got 2 guys, but 2 1s and a 2.
And Ramsey's a better player than Laramie Tunsil.
It doesn't play quite as important of a position, but yes.
He's a better player. And Laramie Tunsil's a good player. Ramsey's a better player. Now, that doesn't mean you got to take someone that's willing to do it, but 2 1s and a 2. Now they shipped Stills back. And Stills, with QT healthy, will still be their 4th receiver. Don't you think? Obviously, Hopkins and Fuller are their first 2 receivers. I think QT's their 3rd guy. So Stills came in from Miami to be their 4th guy in Houston. So I don't know how important that is. But they did get the 2 1s and a 2. I mean, that's there. The Jags need to find a team that's that willing to go all in on now, because the Texans are all in on now.
Absolutely. I have a very important question to ask the both of you. I know we're about to go to a break, so you can answer it on the other side.
Okay.
How does all of this affect the Jaguars' defense playing against the Titans Thursday night?
It's a great question, Lauren. I'm glad you asked. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll answer that question, and we'll look ahead to Thursday. There's a game Thursday, right?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, there's a football game
It's supposed to be a party. It's a teal out, okay?
We'll talk about that and more when we continue on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Get game day started early with a 1010XL kickoff show, powered by Coastal Equipment. Brought to you by Sawyer Gas and Mr. Reuter Plumbing with Lauren Brooks, Fat Tony Smith, and Hayes Carlon on 1010XL.
Renewal by Andersen windows are unlike any other home window on the market. They are 2 times stronger than vinyl. They will never fog up. They are maintenance-free, and best part yet, custom designed for you. Lauren Brooks here for Renewal by Andersen. They'll send a highly qualified representative to your home for a consultation, and you will experience superior customer service throughout the entire process. Renewal by Andersen windows will keep you warmer in the winter, cooler in the summer, and quieter all year long. Plus, they are scientifically proven to stand the test of time. You're not just replacing your windows, you're increasing the value of your home. Visit renewalbyandersen.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. Renewal by Andersen, a better way to a better window. Get triple savings with $250 off every window, $650 off patio doors, plus free installation. Restrictions apply. See the website for details. This is a limited time offer. License number CGC 1527613.
Diamonds Direct celebrates our all-new showroom with a spectacular offer. Now for a limited time, buy any item and enjoy 5 years zero-interest financing. Yes, a $5,000 designer ring is just $85 a month. A $3,000 pair of diamond earrings, only $50 a month with nothing down. Come see the all-new Bigger, Better Diamonds Direct and take advantage of this incredible opportunity. We're off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. Diamonds Direct, Jacksonville's direct diamond importer on approved credit.
Now your local Hyundai dealers present the offensive player of the game.
DJ Chark would go on a receiving tear for Jacksonville in their matchup against Houston. He recorded 55 yards and notched 1 touchdown in H-Town, and his 7 receptions would be a team high. DJ, the 2-year pro, would have a performance that was music to our ears. and he's your North Florida Hyundai dealer's offensive player of the game.
Team, if we strive to make things better like Hyundai, we will have success. If we commit to being the best like Hyundai, we will have...
Are the snacks after the game couch?
Molly's mom brought snacks.
Yeah!
Success!
Right now, check out Hyundai's award-winning family of SUVs, starting at under $20,000. Hurry into your local Hyundai dealer for a great deal more than just a great deal. Call 877-616-8513 for complete feature and offer details.
Hey, if you want great barbecue, you want Bono's. Fast, friendly service, clean family restaurants, and the best barbecue around. I get there once a week. I never miss because I love that Bono's barbecue, that all dark meat chicken. Is it so very, very good? Green beans, I absolutely love it. The wife loves pulled pork. We love all the food they have there. Have you tried the Brunswick stew, the sweet potatoes? It is so very good. 15 locations in town. You're going to love the setup. If you want barbecue in Jacksonville, your decision's easy. You want Bono's.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes with long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the U.S. Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and in the future. Underage sale prohibited.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists helps you be the best when you play and brings you
the best of Into the Night Replay.
Jalen has a lot of clout in that locker room. He does lead by example. And there's players on that football team that are going to follow him because he is, quote unquote, a dog. And that is what this organization is going to have to decide right now. As great of a football player that he is, can they afford to keep him around? I don't know the answer to that question right now.
Finally, in Jacksonville, Guns N' Roses, Not in This Lifetime Tour. October 1st, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. All night, all GNR. Don't miss Guns N' Roses in Jacksonville, Not in This Lifetime Tour.
If you're an experienced welder or pipe fitter, Local 234 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters is looking for you now. They provide competitive pay and great benefits that are no cost to you. That's $29.84 an hour, and with those benefits, you'll be earning $44 an hour. Join an organization with thousands of members that have the same goal as you, to get the job done right. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Complete shows commercial free as soon as the live broadcast ends.
Radio, huh?
1010XL On Demand, presented by Kuhn Flowers.
Search 1010XL in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
And subscribe to 1010XL On Demand.
or visit 1010XL.com.
Football season is here, and you know what that means, right? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has odds on every game and more prop bets than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Did you know you can bet on games after kickoff or parlay your picks to score a huge profit on a small wager? At MyBookie, you can. Don't play on some no-name sports book. If you're going to bet this football season, be smart. Bet with the best at MyBookie.ag. Sign up today and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to wager on your favorite teams. Use promo code RADIO right now to get your exclusive double your money offer. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code RADIO. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I think we're all professionals in that room. So we sat and, the team knows what's out there in the media. They follow it obviously more than I do. I don't know anything about what's going on really, but they're concentrating on the Tennessee Titans. And that's the only thing that matters right now. Whatever happens with Jalen, they understand the business side of things. But it's our job as coaches and their job as players to get ready for Thursday night versus a heck of a ball club.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday.
Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Defensive coordinator Todd Wash and his team, at least the defense, they are focusing on the Tennessee Titans. Just before the break, I asked, so how will the defense play Thursday night? How does all of this affect this defense?
I think Jalen's going to play, and I think the defense will be pretty good. The problem still exists in that they don't match up well with Tennessee. Tennessee's a big physical run between the tackles team with a big physical run between the tackles running back who's from about an hour from here in Yulee, Florida, and they don't match up well with that. They're smallish up front. The Jags linebackers aren't big guys. They're, other than Marcel Darius, A.B. Jones is the big guy, but they're not thick. They're not 350 gap guys. So, but I think the Jags will play okay. I think the Jags have a good defense. I've thought that all along. By the way, Trey Herndon really played well. Trey Herndon playing in place of A.J. Boye, he was shadowed against or locked against Will Fuller most of the game. I thought he played really well. I think the Jags defense will be good. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think I'm the craziest, dumbest person because I'm going to pick Jacksonville to win the game. I think I said that before all this.
Right.
And I still think
I thought for sure you would change your mind.
No, I think it's a desperate team. I think, by the way, Gardner Minshew's still going to play. And I think he's going to be better every game. And I think the Titans, although there's a toughness about them, I always tend to think the Titans are better than everybody else thinks they are. And I do think that. I think the Jags will play okay. I think the Jags, I think he'll be better. I think they'll turn him loose a little bit, Hayes. I think you talked about that. I think you'll see that with Gardner Minshew. I think the defense will rally behind him, around Jalen. I don't see now Jalen has got to act like a grown-up on the sidelines. But look, against an offense that is better than this Tennessee offense, they played really well Sunday. Nobody got hurt, so it's the same defensive guys that played in that game. Will Boye be back? Do we know?
He was expected to practice at least in some capacity today, so that's really good news.
So one more good defensive back will be added to the group. I think the defense will play well, to your question, Lauren. I think
we don't have the injury report for today, but Marcus Mariota, as of yesterday, did not practice.
Yeah, I think the Jags will play. If the Jags lose, it's 16-13. I think if the Jags win, it's 21-10, 21-17. I don't think there's a lot of points in this game. I think it's somewhat similar to last week. I think the Jags will play okay defensively.
Yeah, I'm concerned now, just with everything that's happened, where their focus will be. And it is a tough matchup. I mean, the Jaguars are built to rush and cover.
Correct.
And that's just not what the Titans are really trying to do. They're trying to mash you, and they've had success doing that. Derrick Henry's playing well. So, I think it's a tough matchup. Delaney Walker is back. I don't think he was played in either meeting last year. So, I didn't have a lot of confidence before. Now with this, I've got less.
This is a big game now. This is a big game.
It's must win.
You're 0-2, and your next two games are on the road, and the game after that's against the Saints that, albeit without Drew Brees, they have a pretty good football team. So this is a big game. You go on the road 0-3, it's hard, man. It's hard. And so I don't care who you're playing. So this is a big game. What do you think?
I think the defense will rally around Jalen, but I don't know that they are built to stop the way the Titans play. And even if Mariota isn't 100% healthy, we've seen less than 100% healthy Mariota beat this football team. I'm not 100% confident that how the offense was playing towards the end of the Texans game, that they'll pick right up where they left off and they'll get into a rhythm. And I think that becomes a big problem.
I hope this team will rally. Whether you like Doug Marrone as the coach or not, whether you like the front office or not, that's a conversation for another day. No one's fired between now and Thursday. But I hope this team will rally behind Doug, too. I mean, Doug's been put out there. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and go take back what I said yesterday. I don't mind Doug going after Jalen. Jalen got in his face and screamed at him and showed him up on the field and then had to be separated later. I still think your authority figure is your authority figure. You shouldn't act the way Jalen Ramsey acted the other day. You shouldn't act like that. And if there's one thing that bothered me, the press conference didn't bother me as much as it did you today, Hayes. I thought it was fine. There was nothing to it.
The fine part?
What's that?
Did the fine part bother you?
When
they asked Jalen if he would get fined?
Yeah, not that specifically, but yeah, the fact that he didn't take any accountability for how he acted. He said it happens all the time. He said we went on to play very well after that. The coach said, he didn't say Doug, he said the coach. Did you notice that? He didn't say Doug. He said the coach said he doesn't even remember it, so I guess that's it. I think Jalen should have said I shouldn't have acted like that. I shouldn't have. You should always respect authority figures, and he's our authority figure, and I didn't act that way, and shame on me for not. I was hoping he would say that. And so everyone has made Doug Marrone the heavy here. All of a sudden, Doug Marrone is the one everybody hates and everybody wants fired. And I don't know if Doug's a great coach, bad coach, somewhere in between, but I think he's taking too many hits here. I mean, he lost some significant player. He lost his quarterback game 1. And I hope they rally behind him and the team, and I hope they play well. So we'll see. We'll see. I think they'll play okay.
I hope no one looks at the Jalen situation on Sunday in getting into words with the head coach and blames Doug for any of that. That was completely on Jalen Ramsey and acting out of his mind. The only thing I think Doug is held responsible for, but he has actually said it's on me, is when there are undisciplined issues with the football team. But he goes up to the microphone and says, it's on me, we have to fix it. Jalen doesn't do that.
Yeah, and bigger than that, to Hayes' point, they're 2-12 in the last 14 games. That is on the head coach. No matter how many people are hurt, no matter how many bad breaks you've gotten, that's on the coach. If you're 2-12, a lot of teams, it's the NFL, people get hurt. And so, and I know that, so but I think they'll play pretty well. All right, you headed to Cassett Avenue?
I am. Ernie Palmer Toyota.
That's right now?
That is right now, right here, right now. I hope you guys have enough to talk about.
You might be the queen of Cassett right now coming up. I mean, Cassett Avenue's never played host to Brooks before.
I don't know if you've met Donna Murphy and Lauren Rue, but they might be the queens.
Andy Murph and Rue Crew all showing up on Cassett. You know what? Cassett Avenue's about to be lit, Caroline, just so you know that.
Well done.
Have you ever used that word before?
No, but I'm very proud of that moment, just so you know that. That's about what's happening on Cassett. All right, have a good time with Helmets and Hills. We'll see you here tomorrow. Back in a moment, 1 hour to go. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.